In the first step, the Guyanese head of state reminded world leaders that even though developed countries made a pledge of $100 billion almost a decade ago to support the fight against climate change, those leaders have since failed to honor that commitment. He therefore asserted that more ambitious goals need to be set, while stressing the importance of honoring those goals in order to achieve the target of cutting global emissions and limiting global temperature to 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius.
Immediate action is needed on three fronts. First, we must set more ambitious goals to reduce emissions, and we must honor to the letter those ambitions.
The president also asserted that the $100 billion pledge made by world leaders a decade ago to combat climate change must be met, while reminding that failure to honor commitments could be disastrous.
The pledge of $100 billion per annum, made 1 decade ago, to support climate action must be met. Dishonored pledges are a recipe for disaster.
The Guyanese leader also highlighted the importance of forests in the fight against climate change, regarding them as perhaps one of the most powerful arsenals which can be used to reverse rising temperature globally. In that regard, the president maintained that countries whose forests are threatened by economic development, among other ills, must be provided with the necessary benefits to bolster their role in combating the global phenomenon.
Forest-rich countries must be provided with the incentives necessary to keep their forests intact and to reduce deforestation and forest degradation.
President Ali expressed willingness on behalf of the country to join with other nations to take collective actions which may be deemed necessary in the fight against climate change.
Guyana is prepared to work with the international community for collective action. We support the position of CARICOM and are aligned with the Alliance for Small Island States, AOSIS, the Community of Latin America and Caribbean States, CELAC, the Letitia Pact, the Dhaka-Glasgow Declaration, and the Glasgow Leaders Declaration on Forests and Land Use, among others.
He told the heads of state assembled for the conference that Guyana is already playing its part in combating the threat to planet Earth, citing that the country's forest cover constitutes approximately the size of England and Scotland combined, and that its recently expanded low-carbon development strategy, LCDS, will see the country cutting harmful emissions by some 70% by 2030. Vice President Bharat Jagdeo recently spoke to the resuscitation of the Amaila Falls hydropower project, the gas-to-shore energy project, as well as solar and wind power models to help realize the 70% emission cut pledged by the country. Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.